Hello, I'm Jason Russell from Critical Dice, and welcome to the Fable 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and chaos. You are watching the Duke City Chronicles. It is a Monster of the Week game set here in my hometown of Albuquerque, New Mexico. You can watch us live on the Fable 42 Twitch channel on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. Pacific. And so thanks for joining us. We are getting into a brand new hunt. But first, let me give you a couple of housekeeping things. Number one, enter for the live Twitch !critical to be entered into our giveaway, which we'll award at the end of the stream. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have Amazon Prime, and of course you do, you get a free subscribe that you can use towards supporting the channel, and we'd really appreciate that. But I think that's about it. So let's do character player intros. Diane, would you like to go first?
Yeah. Hey guys, my name's Diane. You can find me online at the Pretty DM. You can find me here on Fable 42 pretty much every night. And tonight I am playing Katsia Rose, the Monstrous Playbook, half vampire, half in another time.
Half time traveler. Bridget, let's have you go.
Hi guys, I'm Bridget. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at string_theories_. And I am playing Suki Buchanan. She is a 70-year-old tattooed art professor at UNM. And she also sasses the dead, which is always fun. She is the spooky playbook.
Yeah. Nice. And GW.
Hey everyone, I'm GW. You can find me online on IG and Twitter under GW005. That's 2 B's, 2 zeros. Also find me here every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific as I play Q, aka Quavon Whispers. He is the divine playbook and the team's kind of angsty, edgy angel boy.
Beautiful. And Chris.
You know, I don't know why you always question and pause at that point, because you are the team's edgy, angsty angel boy. Just want to say that out loud. I am Chris Solo, a.k.a. Riley Reed, a.k.a. Chris Solo. I'm very excited to be the expert and the master magician here on the Duke City Chronicles. I am very excited to see a young, like 3-4-year-old Suki running around. But let's get this started.
I was born in 1951, Riley Reed. How old do you think I am? It's 1941 up in here. This is ridiculous.
92?
And I'm Jason Russell from Critical Dice, and you can find me on Instagram and heaven help us, TikTok at Critical Dice, and also Wednesday nights here on the network where I play Felix Moss on Realms of Ugador. But with that, let's get into our brand new hunt. Taking place in 1945.
Oh, whoops.
Let's roll it.
It's an amazing place. Most people have no idea where it is, but we're okay with that. We've got mountains, rivers, deserts, and over 300 days of sunshine, and some of the most diverse and wonderful people you'll ever meet. It's a great place to live, and I definitely encourage you to try it. But we also have our dark side, our own ghosts, secrets, and legends. Most of them are true. For thousands of years, people have been living here and dying here. This is Albuquerque, but it goes by many names. The 505, the Burke, my favorite is the Duke City. These are the Duke City Chronicles.
The desert has a way of scrubbing everything clean. The paint on cars erodes. The sun bleaches everything it touches. Even the bones of unfortunate cattle are stripped bare. It's nature doing its wholesome work. But there's nothing natural or wholesome about what happened here. The skeleton looks to be of an adult man. It lays in the short scrub grass with its bony hands folded neatly, as though getting comfortable for a nap. The surrounding construction site is undisturbed, the house almost complete. A man in a long trench coat stares down at his newest victim. He crouches down beside the remains and places a single finger on the skull, tracing a counterclockwise pattern around the top. He says a few words in Russian before standing. He sniffs the air and lets a sly smile creep over his face before he walks away. Previously on the Duke City Chronicles, the C4 team tracked down Doris Payne, who was attempting to steal some uranium-235 from the nuclear reactor in the basement of UNM. They were able to confront her and get the Ring of Dispel away from her. And in an attempt to get rid of the uranium, the ring touched it and started to make it go critical, as though we were in an atomic bomb. Q's teleportation was disrupted by the presence of the radiation, and so the team linked up mentally through Suki's telepathy to give him the oomph he needed to teleport it out to the desert. He was successful just as the core went critical, and they all blacked out and woke up in a small wood-paneled office. Standing up, Riley looks at the desk, sees a newspaper that says 1945. And this is where we pick up our story.
Am I still wearing the gloves?
Mm-hmm. So let's take account of what we guys have. You have your weapons. You have your modern clothing, your phones. You have the uranium core still in your hands, and the Ring of Dispel. Mm-hmm. And you also have the Ring of Dispel on you as well. Now, I remember a conversation about a key to the Mustang and how, Q, you were leaving something in the trunk?
Yes, I left my onyx blade, or obsidian blade.
The obsidian blade, so you don't have the blade with you right now?
Nope.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Mustang.
So, what is the status of the core?
So as you look down at the core, you can see that it looks pretty messed up. It looks pockmarked, and it looks like it's been hollowed out. Like, you ever see like old wood that's been petrified but was kind of infested with beetles before? So the carbon structure of it is still there, but it looks like most of the uranium-enriched material was depleted. So it's still there. It's just kind of porous now.
And does the ring look different at all?
No.
Is it damaged?
Nope.
I'm gonna set the core down and then take the gloves and the ring off. Do we know if the ring is only activated if you wear it? Like if it's in my pocket, it's fine?
You don't know that, but
Okay.
that would be a reasonable assumption.
Okay.
What's the newspaper saying?
The newspaper says the Albuquerque Tribune, and the date on it is June 30th, 1945, Saturday edition.
Like, what's the headline?
The headline is the big headline is American. It says war effort ramps up in Pacific Theater.
What the hell happened?
And as you kind of skim that, Katia,
Are we in a escape room?
it has that feel. And Katia, as you peruse the paper really quickly, it's talking about the fall of Berlin, Germany signing documents to surrender, and now everything's shifting towards Japan.
Q, are you all right? Did you like absorb that nuclear explosion?
He's like slowly getting off the floor. Yeah, I think I'm all right. But no thanks to you. What the hell was that? Why'd you do that?
Do what?
Put on that stupid ring and touch the bomb. This is your fault. Now, like, push him.
All right. Well, look, there's no need for that. We're all in the same boat in 1945. Ugh. All we need to do is...
that's what the newspaper says. I'm pretty sure it's just... it has to just be an escape room or some trick. This isn't actually 1945.
I knew we should have never taken that job from that stupid demon. I knew that was a stupid idea. Why'd I say yes?
Well, I think we said yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think this is on us.
But I don't think it was the demon's fault. This was just an unfortunate...
No, it was Riley's fault. That's the second time you put my life in danger by making me
now,
talk
Q,
with a
you
dumb
need to
bomb.
shut your goddamn mouth.
No, you shut up!
We're still
That's the second
alive,
time
are
you
we
put
not?
my life in
We're
danger.
still alive, are we not? So shut the hell up.
Are
you don't
we?
know what the
Don't
hell
tell me
you're
to
talking
I'll
about.
punch him in the face. I'll punch
Go ahead
Riley in
and
the
try.
face.
Roll 2d6.
How do I counter that? Because he's not combat trained.
Oh, actually, I am. So that's going to be a 14 to hit.
-1, so 13 to hit. Yeah.
I want this to be a precise strike as well.
Riley, how much harm do you have right now?
11.
None.
So yeah, I get another 2 damage on that punch. I don't know what the punch does.
A punch. Your attacks actually do 1 damage even when you're unarmed, because of your like holy stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So 3 harm as you see Q's whole body light up with that golden light, kind of like slow flame around him, and haymakers Riley right in the jaw.
I'll take it. Now, if you're done, you don't know shit about the nuclear bomb. You don't know shit about the ring. You don't know that what the hell I did actually saved us.
And what do you know? Tell me.
We're
What do
fucking
you know, smart
alive,
man?
Q. We're alive. So shut your mouth and calm down.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me to calm down.
Sure, right. Sure. Go ahead. Go do whatever you want to do then. Go be explosive.
I will. Thanks.
Good.
Not that I need your permission. I flip him off and I walk out the door.
Great. Now
Q,
that the children are out of the room.
Q, you walk out into the hallway. The rest of the team, go ahead.
I was going to check my phone.
Yeah, your phone's still on. Battery's about half, and there's no signal.
So, what do we know? There's a
Well-
newspaper that says 1945. Sure. If it's real, great. We time travel. We didn't blow up, so there's a plus. The bomb has been defused, so there's a plus. Unless it just went up straight Q's ass, which is why he's blowing up. Who knows?
Well, what if we did time travel? What are we supposed to do?
It's a great
Who do we
question.
know in 1945? I don't know anyone here in 1945. I mean, if we were in New York, I might have ancestors, but
Suki, were you born in Albuquerque?
Oh, no, in Tennessee. The only people I would know in 1945 are, my mom and daddy, and daddy's over in Germany, I'm pretty sure. Or is it 45? I think he might be coming back soon. I think. I was born in 51, so I don't know anybody personally. Technically, I don't even know my mom and dad.
If Q was born and raised out here?
Q is not. The family settled here a little less than a decade ago with the most recent deployment.
I can't remember what we said from my backstory, but I'm pretty sure I'm born and raised out here.
Okay.
Yeah. You got any ancestors?
How old was Montgomery?
Montgomery, who trained you, I would venture a guess that he probably is alive, but he's like 4.
Ugh.
That's fair.
Well, I'm still wearing my nuclear gloves, right? I think I picked up a pair of those. Can I take them off, put one glove in the other, like double glove, and sort of scoop the uranium core and tie it off into like a little baggie of this? I feel like we shouldn't be leaving this around.
Do you still have that little meter thing on you?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Is it going off?
It's not going off.
It's not going off. It's doing that same like kind of basic background detection slow beat from before.
Yeah, so I think we're safe with this. I'll just kind of carry it like this.
Regardless of what Q said, we don't know, right? We don't know if me having the ring did something with our sinking and whatever. We don't know if the nuclear explosion did. Whatever we did, we didn't die, but we did travel back in time.
Possibly.
So
at least we traveled somewhere else.
But why did we travel back here is the question. Coming back home, sure. But why do we come back to this moment is the question.
Does anything in the room like look familiar to me at all? It doesn't look like we're in the like engineering department, like architecturally of UNM or anything like that.
That's a really good thought. Let's do investigate a mystery.
All right.
Well, I would be happy to Google it, but
no Wi-Fi in 1945.
Katya, did you take any pictures when you were in the engineering building in the present to like compare it to or something? You could do that.
Oh, I absolutely. Any free moment, Katya is taking pictures.
Now they're all selfies, so you have to like kind of look in the background.
Yeah.
You have to zoom in on the background.
Does it look like any of the backgrounds of my pictures?
You can roll investigate a mystery too.
Okay.
It's 10
Why not?
for my investigation.
Okay, yeah, so you can hold 2. So what happened here? Where did it go? I feel like you're asking what is being concealed here. It seems to be the right question for what you're asking. So
9.
as you, great, you can hold 1. So Suki, as you're kind of looking around, I mentioned before that there's a couple of windows with the green kind of slats covering them. There's light streaming in, and you kind of peek out one of the windows, and it's a lot different, but it does look like some of the old pictures you've seen of the University of New Mexico. You're pretty sure you're still at UNM.
Okay.
And that this is an office building there on the campus.
Update. We're at UNM. Can I, like, are there any cars or anything I can see? Like, I want to, like, ground myself either in the present or the past.
Right. So the window faces kind of in towards the campus, not out on a street. And from where you're looking, you can actually see that a lot of the campus is still just dirt, more specifically sand. And almost comically rising up out of the sand is the library. Where you guys fought the golem. So Zimmerman Library is one of the oldest buildings on campus, and it's massive. And there's just no shrubbery next to it, no trees. There's like a sidewalk, and then just sand and desert. And it's just like someone put a cardboard cutout there. But you've seen this picture before, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, yep, that's Zimmerman. And there's a lot of space where eventually, if you're right, more buildings will go.
Yeah.
Can you see any people like walking around?
There's
outside?
Not many. You see probably like 2 women walking by, seem to be about college age.
How those hairstyles looking?
Looking like the 1940s. Dresses as well. Simple clothing, a little tighter fit. Yeah.
Long hemlines.
Besides the fact that he's not in a great space right now, you recall where we are, 1945. You recall Q's nationality?
I do. We should go get him.
Those are definitely vintage clothing, which vintage is coming back in style, but not
that much.
Yeah, darling, we're in 1945. We just accept this. But
I ain't
we need
seen
to
a
go
victory roll
Q,
that high.
I'm not going to go after him, so you might want to go after him.
I'm gonna get in his head.
Okay, let's pause it right there. Q. So you step out into the hallway, and you can see that this is one of 4 offices in this small building. And to your left, the hallway leads out to a little turn, and you can see sunlight coming from that direction. The rest of the offices look dark, and all the shades are kind of like halfway pulled down and such.
I'm going to. Do I happen in this hallway? Do I happen to see a janitor's door by chance or anything?
Yeah. There is a 5th door there that's really small between kind of like the room you just came out of and the next room to your right. there's a smaller, kind of skinnier closet style door that probably is with something like that.
I'm gonna try to open it.
Yeah, it opens no problem.
What's inside?
You see all the things you would associate with the janitor's closet and maybe some small storage. You can see some like extra pens and inkwells. There's a bucket, some mops and brooms, one of those little like Disney things that you kind of sweep the trash into. And am I right in assuming you're looking for a jumpsuit?
Yes.
I will give you a jumpsuit.
Awesome. I'm going to literally snatch it off the hanger and walk down the hallway to the left to the light where I think is outside.
Yeah. So there's a big kind of wood and glass door leading out onto a road not too far away, and you can kind of see what looks kind of like Central, the next road over. Like this is a interior loop road, just still on campus.
So since Q has figured out that he's still on campus, he's just gonna kind of walk out and like look around.
Yeah, you step out, and I think you've been putting the jumpsuit on this whole time, right? Yeah, so you put on the jumpsuit and you kind of step outside, and immediately like someone like knocks into you in your kind of anger and haste. You didn't notice, and there's a guy probably in his 50s with a kind of a hat like mine, and
watch out, old man,
gray flannel suit. And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I didn't see you come. You okay?"
I'm sorry. What did you say he was wearing on his?
Just a gray suit.
A gray suit.
Yeah.
Do I happen to notice this man's face by chance?
Yeah. He appears to be Caucasian, mid-50s, kind of a wrinkled face. Looks like maybe he's lived here a long time, that kind of familiar sun damage you've seen before. But you don't recognize him. No one you know.
I'm fine. It's all right. Just watch where you're going. I'm just going to walk by him, walk past him.
Kind of looked at you and you're like rudeness and kind of keeps on going. Suki, you're in Q's head.
I would like to get in Q's head, but I did have a second hold, so I was wondering, should I spend that now and then get in his head, or
as long as you're on campus, I think you can hold on to that. Katia, same for you.
Okay. All right then. I'll get in Q's head. Hey, ring. Hi.
What?
Look, I know you're upset and everything, but we are all stuck in the past here with you, and you sort of wandering off into 1945 New Mexico is a terrible idea. Would you mind waiting just for a hot second so that we can all regroup here, please?
Just you.
Just me?
Yes.
All right. I mean, I guess we'll take that deal since you're socking people around anyway. And I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. I think I'm gonna go after Q. He just wants a minute alone, so I'm gonna go with him, and I'm gonna link up so that we can all constantly be talking to each other.
What's the
maybe
range
if y'all?
You've never determined it, but I think if you guys are all in the same section of the city, you should probably be okay. Yeah.
So here's a question before you go do all that. What happens if we get disconnected? Are we meeting back here? We don't have cell phones, remember?
Yeah, it's a good shout. Do we want to meet up at Zimmerman, or do we want to meet up back in? I don't know if we'll be able to get back into this office. But what do you think? You want to do it outside on the steps of Zimmerman?
Get that ring from Riley. I don't trust him with it.
All right. Do we want to do the steps of Zimmerman? That's a good sort of stark landmark for everybody to see. That sound good? All right. All right, great. I'm gonna connect up, and Riley, are you okay with having that ring?
I mean, you can have it if he wants to throw a fit about it.
Yeah, and I'll trade you this though, and I'll give him the uranium lump in the
I'm gonna put that
in the gloves.
I'm putting that in like a filing cabinet.
That? A lump
I,
of uranium in a random filing cabinet?
I
I mean, I'm
don't-
not going to walk around with it, and it's not active.
No, if that's a. I still don't know if that's a good idea, right? Just like leaving uranium in a filing cabinet.
I'm not going to
and-
walk around with uranium. I think I'm a
You wanna-
We've
communist.
been walking around with uranium. We literally
Not in
time traveled with
1945.
uranium.
You forget how fucking paranoid people are out here. They're going to think that I'm a communist walking around with a thing of uranium.
As we're talking, I'm throwing my hair up in a quick chignon and buttoning my jacket up so that way it kind of just like looks like a long velvet jacket, less modern.
Yeah, less
Yeah.
conspicuous. Yeah.
And it's probably vintage anyways, knowing Katia.
I'm going to go on a limb.
But,
I think
it's
Riley
a cool
and Suki
vintage.
probably fit in clothes.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I'm wearing jeans and a plaid shirt and a thing and an old-fashioned like cowboy hat. Like
Yeah, I did think about that, and I think what you guys are wearing right now is pretty accurate, which is like flannels and jeans, and that Suki is basically always dressed in period. So she's good. The person I was worried most about was Quavon, because if I remember correctly, orange and purple are the favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
those
So
are great for the 40s.
And that was like summer female. Men
Mhm.
did not wear colors
No.
like
So-
that.
So, last question, and then I'll let you guys get back into it. So, I have a sword and a rifle.
Mhm.
The rifle does fold up, but
Same.
how much of my gear do I have? Because I have an assault rifle, I have a handgun, I have a
whatever you
sniper.
would have taken with you to confront Doris.
So
And
probably not
you've
the
told
same
me
rifle.
you told me in the past that you have that your duster, your coat, has ways of concealing most of your weapons. So I would agree that you probably didn't bring the sniper rifle to what you knew was going to be a basement brawl.
Got it. But I would have everything else.
Yes, and the rocket launcher is an attachment to the rifle, right?
Yeah, it's
To
just
the-
it's just
okay.
a pump thing on the bottom.
Okay.
Regardless, it's all completely out of date. But
yeah. At least I got a hunting rifle with me. my old
Futuristic
Winchester.
technology.
well, I mean,
Well-
it doesn't look too much off. I mean, it's like a M4, which is just M16s were around back then. But anyway,
Well, you got a spade? Anything to dig with? Why don't we bury it?
I mean, if you
Yes,
wanna
I
bury
just
it,
walk around with a spade strapped to my thigh.
Well, not you, darling.
I'll
Because
look
I
for-
mean, you're not normally a gear person. You're more of a flying
But
body
that's still
kind.
strange.
You think I just
Well,
got a spade in my pocket? Do I have a spade? In my
I don't
pocket?
know.
No.
You pulled that thing, that police thingy out of nowhere. Like I don't even know where you store that kind of thing quietly. Like
I'm just gonna look for a closet and see if there's a shovel.
You look around and there's nothing in this office, but when you step out into the hall, there is that janitor's closet. And I think you could probably find something that'll work like that. Remember, it's sand, guys. It's pretty easy to dig in.
True.
all right. Well, I'll trade you that, and I'll take the ring, and you take that.
Wonderful.
I'll give you the Geiger counter too, since that seems helpful.
So I'll go outside and like maybe an alley or like far where people can't see, find some spot
Behind the building.
to bury a dud.
Yeah.
and yeah,
Go ahead.
I'll go with them.
Great.
Yeah, and I'll
okay.
go find Q.
All right. Great. Riley, roll act under pressure to not be seen getting rid of your uranium.
As we're walking outside and looking for the spot, can I smell the air?
Mm-hmm. You sure can. There is not a odor of burnt cinnamon right now.
Okay.
That's 8.
An 8? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're able to find a spot between a couple of buildings where there's just no one's going to have reason to go in there, and you bury it and kind of mark it with a couple of stones. Katia, you, as Riley's finishing up, you do know that there's some girls walking on the other side of the street who are looking at you guys, but trying to like not be seen. And at first you're worried that they saw what Riley was doing, or that, your outfit isn't quite right, but they seem to be fixated mostly on Riley.
Riley, you've got some
Oh my god. Do I look like James
Attention.
Dean? I'm not gonna pay any attention to that. What? I don't care about that.
how far away are they from me?
About 20 feet.
I'd like to go over to them.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can kind of like jog up and kind of catch them as they're walking away. Yeah.
Hi, ladies.
Oh, hi.
Was just noticing you were, looking at my friend there. We're not together in case you wanted to, me to give a good word or.
Well, I mean, is he hurt?
I look like
No.
shit.
Well, I mean,
I'm
he got in an argument with his friend. They're gonna be fine. But no, I mean, he's not like that hurt.
The other girl goes, is he slow?
Is he slow?
Yeah,
I mean,
not right in the head. I mean,
that's an interesting question. Technically, no, I don't think so. Why?
Why isn't he serving?
Oh.
Why isn't he what?
Serving.
I think he was, or I don't know.
Am I connected to hear that?
You guys are all connected.
Tell him that his feet are flat.
What the heck? My feet are
You know
not flat.
what? I don't think he's slow in the head, but I think he,
Tell him I'm a communist.
hit. I remember him saying something about like his feet is flat and like he's not like physically able to serve, but
He ain't
he's
A1.
done.
Oh
He's
my
F4,
God.
not A1.
Just say I served already and I got hurt and came back. Damn, you guys are kind of
I don't know. I literally like
God,
Angie
yeah, she's
has
like,
no idea what she's saying. She's just
They
saying
seemed-
the words.
They seem like slightly relieved. They're like, oh yeah, I've got an uncle he was old enough, but he was not too old yet, but yeah, he had flat feet too. Oh, okay. You just don't see a lot of guys around,
It's a sensitive subject. Like I think he really wanted to
Yeah,
serve.
yeah. We all gotta do our
But-
part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I like your jacket. Where'd you get that?
Thanks. I got it in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you just come from New York?
Recently.
Oh, okay. How was that train? That's long, isn't it?
It's a really long train. Luckily, first class.
Wow, I didn't realize they still were doing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Emma, and they put their hand out, and this is Betty, and they shake your hand, and they're like, "Hopefully, we'll see you around. Are you coming to start school in the fall?"
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was checking it out. I think it's quite nice. Katerina, by the way.
Oh, nice to meet you. Well, and they kind of like smile, like, "All right, we'll see you around, I guess."
Yeah.
And they kind of walk away and are kind of talking to each other.
So going back up to Riley. Yeah. So. Yeah, apparently, like all the men are gone
I mean,
at the war.
most of the men,
So.
yeah. I mean, I'm a little old, regardless, but yeah, most of the men around my age or younger.
You're not that old.
For military, I'm pretty old, darling.
Oh, are you? I don't know. I have no. Luckily, Suki was in my head telling me what to say because I had no idea.
Okay, Suki and Q, where would you guys like to go? I'm going to say that Suki's been able to catch up to a fuming Q.
Hey, baby, you okay?
He just kind of he doesn't even really say anything. He's just
I know.
and he's like without thinking, he's walking to, I forget the name of it, Keeper, but it's that thing where we summoned Riley from, that structure.
The center of the universe?
Yes, he's just walking there absentmindedly.
Yeah,
Direction.
it's not there, but that spot is.
And when he gets there, he sees that empty space. What the hell?
I know. Chill.
My gosh,
Turns
this
out
could easily get bad.
we really are in 1945, which is why I think that we have to put aside our feelings for just a second until we can figure out how to time travel forward. I am also totally mind blown about this. And actually, I haven't had a real good vintage chocolate malt in like a while. And like, I mean, this is even pre me. So like, I bet it's real good. Why don't we go get ourselves a nice chocolate malt and take a hot second and reevaluate our plan? Because I feel like your magic is going to be our way out of this. I don't know how, but like, I mean, you're the only one that can like bamf around everywhere.
I would say that Suki is familiar with Q by now, that he's is still trying to work out being outwardly passively vocal with his feelings and whatnot. So in these moments, he kind of reverts into himself and just gets really quiet when he steams. But since Suki is so close in proximity, she probably hears small echoes in my head of just my own thoughts, kind of just cussing and yelling and just kind of freaking out in his head while he's trying to breathe. And he just silently follows her to whatever cafe when he's just
Okay.
Soda pop shop.
Pop shop. And I will, thank you for the reminder, I will roll down my sleeves so that my super modern tattoos are not super like, hey, burn the witch tattoos are not fully
I was just waiting to use it against you.
Keeper, I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
As we're walking, I'm sure there's like clocks in different places. What is the current time?
It's about 10 o'clock in the morning.
And you said that this is June 2nd.
June 30th.
June 30th. Gotcha. Okay. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys head east along Central, and you guys realize that a lot of the stuff that you're used to just isn't here yet. Frontier, it's 30 years, 25 years to go. But as you walk a little ways, you do find a little like diner that is, to your shock, right next to the Lobo Theater.
Oh.
So this is where you found the dead werewolf a couple episodes back. So, but yeah, there's like a little like diner thing that has like malts and coffee and burgers, that kind of thing.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. In we go.
Right on.
It's good to know that some of our landmarks are still around.
Mm-hmm. Q, you walk in with Suki, and you hadn't, I don't think, been thinking about it, what Riley had kind of intimated earlier, but you guys are greeted by the waitress. She points to a booth, and she says, "I'll be along in a second to take your orders." And it's only after you're sitting down that you realize what's not happening. There's not signs that you would see before the civil rights movement. There's not people looking at you weird. You're just seated, and she's giving you guys menus. And you recall something that your dad had told you of one of the reasons why he had chose to stay so long in Albuquerque is because in Albuquerque for a long time, no one's really cared about all of the racial tension and other shenanigans that have plagued the West and East Coasts. Both he and your mom grew up in East Coast towns and wanted you at least to have a different upbringing than they did. And that's kind of like hitting back in your brain. You're like, oh yeah, okay, all right, cool. Riley, Katia.
Would Q still be getting similar looks like what those girls gave to me, like while we're not fighting?
Not yet. And it's because, I'll go ahead and say it, not as many African-American men were put into the draft. Correct. In fact, it wasn't until 41 that they were even allowed to sign up for the draft.
Yeah. And there were special units that were all African-American. And yeah.
Right. So it would be more common to see a able-bodied African-American male than a Caucasian one at this point in history.
No, I'm Spanish. Damn it. All right. No,
Caucasian presenting. Is that a thing?
Well, Katia, we are in a predicament. We are about 45 minutes into you not using Instagram. How are you feeling?
Why would you say that? I was more concerned with how we were going to connect with people. I mean, how do people talk to each other?
You just walk up to someone and talk to them.
I mean, yeah, but like, if you're across town, you're just gonna walk the whole day to get across town and
Holy
talk
shit.
to you?
Is there a payphone anywhere around here?
Yeah, you easily find one.
You see what this is?
I know what a payphone is. I'm from New York City.
Do you know how to use it?
Yes?
Then what's your question?
Numbers. I don't know numbers.
That's the problem. You gotta remember your own damn number. You gotta remember someone else's number.
I know my number.
Okay. So you're saying right now you don't know any of your folks' numbers, your grandmother's numbers, nothing?
No. Even if I knew anyone's number, what help is that going to do me right now?
Your grandma will probably still be alive. She probably won't know who the hell you are, but she'd be alive.
My grandma is not alive, thank you. Or she wasn't before, so I don't have her number.
Who are you trying to call right now? I don't even know what the point of this question is.
I was gonna call
Detective
John,
Grant?
but
I'm pretty sure that relationship is over right now, Miss Katia.
just because I'm here and he's there doesn't mean the relationship's over. Long distance relationships work out.
He's not alive yet.
80-year long distance relationship.
I don't know why you're trying to talk to somebody or who you want to talk to or whatever. I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. We just got to find another piece of uranium. We got to get the ring. We got to activate. We got to do the whoop, whoop, whoop. And
I
then
don't
we'll go
know.
back. It'll be easy.
We time traveled in an explosion. Did that explosion destroy our home?
It's a great question.
Do we even
I don't
have a
think so.
time to go back to? I don't know these things. You don't know these things for sure. That's what I was going to potentially call John.
But he's not alive. How are you going to call John? What's his
Because he's
number?
alive back there. I don't know his number.
You want to hang on. So you want to call John from 1945 from a payphone to 2021?
No, I don't. I was going to on the phone, but my phone doesn't work. So here we are in 1945 dealing with.
But you have his
life.
number in your phone. Go ahead, try your theory.
It's not going to work.
Time
Fine,
travel's not
I'll-
supposed to work either. Why not? Give it a try.
I'll call Detective Grant's number from the payphone.
Here's some change.
From the payphone. Okay. You go up to, you pull your phone out, kind of
Yeah,
suspiciously.
Like, looking at my credit card, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. There you go,
I have no change. I don't have change.
I gave you
Yeah, Riley gave you some change. And
Okay,
so,
okay.
like, you pull up your phone to get his number, and you you dial it, and then it gives you the beep that you got to pay first. You figure that
Yeah,
out for a second.
yeah,
You put
yeah.
that in, and it comes back with like an error tone. That
This
clearly
number
means that,
probably
no.
doesn't even exist yet.
I mean, we can check that off the list of some crazy shit that don't work. Got it.
Wait, does anyone... I wonder if the houses that his family owned... But I mean, I don't think they eventually owned.
You know what
like, still
houses
exist.
are around right now, Miss Katia? That spy house.
That's what I just
You
said.
didn't say spy house. You just said houses. You gotta be specific. Damn. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, let's go over there.
Yeah, I think we should go there.
Cool.
All right. So, and you guys are kind of actually headed that direction anyway, as you're kind of walking and talking. And Riley, you guys don't get too far until before you actually notice a landmark that you do recognize. Right there on Central, before you get down into the downtown core, you see a storefront. It looks a lot different than you're used to, but it says pawn on the glass.
Oh, son of a...
Do you think he's here?
Yes.
I mean,
It's-
he's our connection.
Son of a...
This is how we get
Let's go
out.
see if Sonny's here.
So you guys cross the street and you open the door and you hear like ding, And there is a kind of Hispanic-looking guy, about 5'5", kind of well-combed back, straight hair, and he's wearing just like a dress shirt, black tie, black pants, and he smiles and says, "Yeah, what can I do for you?" He's like kind of cleaning the glass, and you don't recognize him.
Is Sonny here?
Yeah, I'm Sonny.
I'm just like looking at Riley. Like,
Is anybody
what?
else in the store?
No.
I'm gonna start talking and walk back and lock the door.
And he like, you see him like pause with the wipe, and he looks at you and says, "Hey, now listen, I don't want any trouble.
No, Sonny.
You really don't
Now,
want to
I'm
do
hoping
that."
you're the right Sonny. So I'm gonna throw something at you. You can take it. You can throw it back. You can tell me what you want to do with it.
You got something to sell? Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna pull out the book. Does this look familiar?
Where'd you get that?
I got it from you in 2021. Want to have
Does
a
he
conversation?
change? Do you
Is that-
change your body? What?
Is that an address? What are you talking about? What? Listen, Buck Rogers, stay right there. Don't move.
I
And he
won't.
like pops into the back room, and he's there for a few minutes,
He's calling the cops.
and he comes back out and he goes, "I'm going to ask you this again, and you're going to answer me.
Sure.
And if you don't, you're going to leave. Where did you get that?"
I got this book from you in the future. You're a demon, right?
I was about
I'm
to
like-
ask you to prove it, but I think that might do it.
Why do you look
I-
different?
That's a good question. Why do you look
What?
different?
Whoa. Just because you come in here and start calling me all sorts of names doesn't mean that your cockamamie story
Hey,
is
Katya,
real.
you remember that time where you took a selfie inside of Sonny's shop and he was doing something dumb? Can I see that picture?
Yeah, absolutely. And I
You show him the
pull
picture,
out my phone.
and he like holds it and like just looks at it, and he looks at the picture.
I mean, I thought this was a really good selfie. Look at how the light hits my eyes, but you're actually going to want to divert your eyes to behind me. I know I'm the focal, but behind me.
And he sees himself, and he looks back, and there's a couple of like acoustic guitars hanging up on the wall behind
Still?
40,
Damn, man, you haven't sold that
45
shit.
him and
Your
Future
turnover
him?
is bad.
and he's like, "Huh, so I still have the place."
But why do you look different?
I mean,
Hey.
it looks different for the times. It's fine.
Just want to know.
He hands it back.
But it's a totally different body.
He hands the phone back to you. He goes, "When you live as long as me, you got to keep things interesting. People start to notice that the same guy runs the place."
Exactly.
Oh, so you do it
are
on
you
purpose.
people?
So
Am I going to have to do that,
Why would you need to?
Riley?
He like
Am I
looks
going
at
to have
you.
to change my body?
He goes,
Oh,
"Oh, I see.
you don't see.
so
You probably see.
Sonny,
You getting thirsty, ma'am?"
I am, actually. But I don't know what to eat.
Jesus Christ.
He kind of like gestures out the window at people walking by.
Please
Yeah,
don't
but my
instigate her.
friends tend to get upset. I used to work at a morgue, and that's how I would eat, but I wonder
Yeah, go to the morgue. Yep.
the- I wonder if it's still there.
All right.
Sonny,
So you guys know about me, but who are you?
Oh, my name's Katya. This is Riley. We are
It's nice to
missing
meet
two.
you.
I think they're somewhere else.
so as I was trying to say, Sonny, is we're actually friends. Well, sort of. We help each other out. You have jobs for us. We have jobs for you. We don't turn you in. Yada yada yada. We're hunters. So
Huh.
I got this book from you, and you sent us on a mission to go after. What's her name?
Oh,
The
what's
Ring
her
of
name?
Solomon.
The Ring of Solomon from
Somebody stole from me.
Doris Payne.
Doris Payne.
Doris Payne.
Well, did you get it back?
We sort of. We didn't get the Solomon. We got the other one. The Ring of.
What other one?
Man, what's the ring called?
Dispel.
Dispel.
Ring of Dispel.
Dispel. Dat spell. Any spell.
You have the ring of Dispel. Lancelot's ring. Given to him by the Lady of the Lake. Lancelot's ring.
Lancelot? That's not. They're not.
Katia.
He's like,
Go look at the guitars,
shut
Katia.
up, shut up. Just come with me. And like, he leads you guys into the back room. And he says, all right, I've been trying to get that ring for a long time. Ring of Solomon, I'm good. I've got that locked in.
Well,
For now.
If-
you should maybe do a better job at locking it in.
She blew the whole backside of your shop open. And
She used your defenses against you.
Huh. All right. So you have this ring now.
Yeah, one of our counterparts has it.
And why are you here? Are you trying to sell it? I would happily take it off your hands.
We'd like to get back to our time.
Well, no, it's a two-part thing. Is one, why the hell did we come all the way back here? One. Two is, and then how do we get back? So there was a nuclear core that was getting ready to go kaboom. I happen to have the Ring of Dispel on. We channeled together. We tried to vamp from the location we were at to a desert.
What do you have, like nuclear powered, like atomic toasters from your time? What do you?
It's complicated, man. Just
Well, I mean, you saw this is a phone.
Man. Just wait for Wi-Fi.
This is a phone.
That's a phone.
And you can look up all the information in the entire world straight from this device. You can take pictures with it. It's pretty amazing.
All right.
Store information. Yeah.
If I will trade you the ring, you give me the ring, and I will figure out something to get you out of my hair. I mean, back to where you're from.
I mean, we're still going to be in your hair, but just in a different time. Later.
Let me see it.
We don't have the ring. We told you.
Yep.
Our friend has the ring. Our friend has the ring. They're somewhere else. They
Your friend
went.
has the ring.
Yes.
Can you produce them, please?
We
Are they in the phone too?
Well, my phone does not work because of there's no Wi-Fi. Internet.
Hey, no words of power in the shop, please. I don't know if you're casting a spell.
That's fair. Listen, Sonny.
Wi-Fi.
You hold up shop. You do your thing. We go get our friends. We'll have a conversation. We'll come back and we'll have conversations.
We'll be back.
And if you are kind enough, I might even tell you who won the 1946 World Series.
Dodgers. I mean, yeah, that'd be good to know.
Dodgers didn't win the 1946 series. They weren't even in it. It was the Cardinals and
Riley.
Sox.
He's like, well, that implies we're actually going to have a series again, so that's good.
Yeah, we will. War's almost over. Don't worry. All right.
Look,
Riley,
come back when you have
the
the rest
demon, but
of your cabal time travel.
you're
All right.
a demon. This isn't too hard to understand. Come on.
No, do you know how many creatures can time travel? Like almost none.
I know about 4.
None?
Almost none. Like
4 is almost none. It is a small number.
okay. That's fine. That's a good point.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna.
there's time on my book. All right, sorry.
He's like, you really do have the book.
Yeah,
Can I see that?
you can see it from afar. I've already used one spell.
What'd you use?
Banish.
Banishment.
He
Yeah,
banished an Oni.
I did.
Oh, why didn't you use the rice?
I didn't know about the rice. You didn't tell me about the rice until after. You said the same damn thing when the first time. God,
You
still good our friends.
Listen, before you try that time spell, look, could magic theoretically get you back to the 41st century or wherever that you're from? It would be big magic. Like, we're talking juice, okay? A lot of juice. And that book ain't gonna do it. All right? It's a nice party trick.
Sure.
It could let you see something that's about to happen, something that has happened. but it's not going to do that. I just don't want you to hurt yourself until you bring me the merchandise, which you say already belongs to me. So the fact that I'm going to help you, you should be saying thank you. And now I have to burn this identity. Thank you so much.
So here's the question then. So when we got the ring that was stolen from you in the future, were we the ones who gave you the ring in the past? Is how you got it in the first place? Let's go get our friends.
No.
Walk out the door.
And Katya, he says, let me see the phone again real quick.
He hands it over.
He looks at the picture of him again. It's like, well, I was almost done with this one anyway. And he shifts. He's about 6'2", more muscular, same hair kind of come back. And you're like, all right, yeah, that sounds like a good voice. All right, thanks. And it's the Sonny you recognize.
That's it. I'm much more comfortable with the Sonny. I know this Sonny.
I'm so happy I could accommodate you.
Thanks. And I'll walk up and
Hey.
around and
Hey, tell Flannel Boy, don't put the ring on.
I mean, he had the ring on over, like, the gloves you use to touch, like, nuclear stuff.
Yeah,
And
maybe you shouldn't say nuclear around here. Like, listen, it's not my purview, but I've heard, like, rumors that they're working on something out here that it's going to be a big game changer. I don't care about the politics and the intrigue, but there's some people in my community that are interested in alternate energy sources. So,
other demons or, like, other people?
Listen, radiation's always been around, but and there's creatures that eat it, things you can do with it magically. It honestly used to be called Wizard's Bane because it would mess up spells. But
Well, yeah, I think we know that.
oh yeah, I guess you would. But yeah, just be careful, all right? Just come back here with your friends. Don't talk to nobody. I don't know if this is going to mess anything up, all right? But yeah, and darling, you're looking a little peckish. You should probably get something to eat. And that's where we're going to end our episode.
Dang.
And Katya, if you recall last episode, you were already pretty hungry. And
Yeah,
now that
I
he's
know.
mentioned it, you're like, yeah,
Like,
I could
my
really
tummy
use a
starts
bite.
starts to growl.
Hey, Q, I found someone you hate more than me.
Thank you so much for watching the Duke City Chronicles. We're going to call our winner right now. You'll see it there in the chat for the live Twitch. And please join us next week on Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, or 4 p.m. Pacific Mountain if you live in the mountain zone like me and Riley do now. Yay! But until then, Albuquerque's a weird place, even in 1945. Let's keep it that way. Bye.